want to give a really brief sort of introduction of myself. So I'm Ramon Walker, President and CEO of Client Direct Mortgage. We also have Client Direct Solar. So I've been originating for 10 years or so. I've been in the Scotsman Guys and top originator, a couple $100 million a year for many years. I've been able to do that. And at this point, we started Client Direct Mortgage, and we're just about bringing value to the community. So let's kind of move on. Okay, so currently we serve 34 states, okay? We have over 100 loan officers, all right? And you hear the old adage, built by an originator for an originator. So I think that saying holds well with our foundation or whatnot here at Client Direct Mortgage. But what I really want to focus in on is Client Direct Solar, because that's what you guys are here for, and that's where a lot of the benefit value you're going to receive is going to come from, okay? So Client Direct Solar is a sister company that we started last year. So it's totally separate from Client Direct Mortgage, okay? We came with the mindset that we wanted to be able to partner with the realtor community, okay? And we wanted to be able to provide them value. That's both on the mortgage side and on the solar side, okay? So as we embarked upon starting this solar company, we thought there's a couple different roads or a couple different options that we can go down, okay? We could try to sell solar ourselves as loan officers and just have another arrow in our hat. We didn't think too much of that. As you guys know, the mortgage process is important. There's a lot of pieces to it. You have to be able to execute for you, the realtors, for the clients. We didn't want to wear too many hats as far as that's concerned, learning how to sell solar and trying to do that as well. However, we had this company, and if you guys realize, I don't know how many of you guys realize this, but I think it's important that I interject this piece. The majority of solar, okay, is sold traditionally, like kind of old school, door to door. Right? So solar salespeople will get in a certain neighborhood, they'll walk the neighborhood, they'll knock on everybody's door, they have their iPad. My house personally, they come by once every 60 days or so, and they give an offer and they can give a proposal right there. But that's important. It's important so just hang on to that piece right there, that solar sales, majority of solar sales are done door to door, okay? So with our company, we decided we didn't want a traditional solar company. We didn't want to just hire people. We didn't want our loan officers to do it either. There was one experience that sort of like brought this all together for me as the CEO and owner of both of these companies. My neighbor across the street bought a house probably about a year ago, a little more than a year ago. And 3 months later, I noticed that he had solar installed, right? I saw the people come in, they're doing all the solar, all the stuff, right? A house around the corner from me, same thing. They bought the house a year ago, a little bit more than a year ago, and they probably got solar installed 5 months later. The guy's name is Wes, across the street from me. So I went over, Wes, welcome to the neighborhood, blah, 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 blah. I already met him before, but after he got his solar, I asked him, like, did they come by and knock on the door? How'd you go about the process? And he's like, oh, before we even bought the house, I knew we were going to get solar. We just moved into the house. Okay, follow me here. We moved into the house, got settled in. Okay, you have to get acclimated to your new home. So as soon as they went and bought the solar, which was 3 to 4 months later. I thought that was extremely interesting. I talked to the person around the corner, up the hill. Same exact story. And then I asked them, hey, did your real estate agent that sold you the house know that you got solar? No, they didn't have anything to do with that part of things. I was like, oh, interesting. Okay, and that's where the idea was kind of born over last summer. I was like, okay, we're going to start this company. We are going to focus in and allow the realtor community to come in and represent the sale of the solar. Not to the extent where they have to learn all the ins and outs of solar, but just introducing the idea, and then they can pass along that information to Client Direct Solar, who in turn can give them one of the best deals that you could possibly receive in solar, right? Compared to other companies, that is. So we want you to look like a superstar, right? We want you to be the access or the partnership that is so strong that you can get them the best solar deal available in the market. Now, how am I able to get the best solar deal available in the market? Very simply, let's move over a little bit more. So I'm gonna give you a little bit more of my history. I got out of college, went to college in California, Chico State, got out, I was in MIS, IT stuff. I worked for Target Corporation. I worked in finance. I was in price management and analysis. One thing that we really focused in on are loss leaders, okay? All retailers use loss leaders. Simple loss leaders are like, let me give an example. Costco, everybody knows the Costco hot dog. It's like $1, right? Or their Whole Foods section is like super cheap. They probably lose money on that section, okay? But it's okay because the line is always long. People are always coming in. Sometimes I think people go to Costco just for the food, but then they go in there and buy something too. If you go in, Costco knows if you go inside of Costco, you can see how big the carts are, right? You are buying some other stuff, right? So if they could just get you in the door or keep you or this or that, that's the point of a loss leader. Something I'm giving away to earn a different type of sale, okay? The way we see this, follow me here. We are giving the opportunity for you as the realtor to offer the most competitive pricing in the market to your clients who are already going down the road, many of them, and purchasing solar, okay? This does not mean that you have to learn solar. This does not mean that you have to know all the ins and outs, NEM 3.0, net metering, usage, all that kind of stuff. We'll take care of that. You simply have to refer the deal over, okay? So so that's what a loss leader is. So I just want to focus on that loss leader. Loss leader means that our company, and I don't think I gave you the main part of loss leader, our company does not look to earn a profit. In other words, we're allowing you to sell the solar at a wholesale price. You're selling it at the same price that I get it as a company owner, right? With a small markup, which we'll discuss in a second. The markup goes to you, right? So it's going to be, so you're in control of wholesale pricing. That means that you can give them the absolute best deal. It's another benefit that you're providing that client as their realtor representative. Okay. There's a couple of ways we go about introducing this to the realtor, okay? Your clients close a new home. They can purchase this solar system at a wholesale cost, okay? They are able to get access, or you are able to set this up so they can get the solar system at the time that they're buying the home. So Wes, the guy across the street from me, right? He doesn't need to wait 3 or 4 months to get his solar set up. He could have got that contract in place. He might have had it installed still a couple months later, and that's fine, right? There's no worry. He can still do it when he wants to do it. But the pricing you could have gotten him would have saved him thousands of dollars. I got comfortable enough with Wes, and I tell him my business and what I do and everything. I did not tell him the price that one of my representing realtors, the sponsored realtors, could have got him on the solar, but it was much cheaper, much, much cheaper. He would have saved thousands of dollars on his platform, right? On his solar system. Okay, so whether it be existing clients that you're taking out to homes, right? You guys are out there working your tail off, driving around, showing these individuals homes, right? You can provide this program for them, okay? Or your past clients, the one that you closed 6 months ago that might be researching solar, you don't even know it. So it's a reason for you to call them and sort of like engage them as well. But you want to make sure that you're doing that, because some of these clients of yours are going around making these transactions without your knowledge of that going on. And I know before it might not have been in your purview. Okay, yeah, they buy a lot of things. They buy couches, they buy this, they buy that, they buy different stuff for the house. What does that necessarily have to do with me? Well, in this case, it has a lot to do with you, because you can get them the best deal, number one, and number two, you're going to earn some money. So I'm going to get to that next slide in a second. But one point I want to make, I don't know if I bridged this point together very well a minute ago. I expressed to you that solar sales is done door to door, okay? When you're out there taking these clients to the different homes, aren't you doing that door to door as well? It's exactly the same thing. You are already in the activity of showing them a home, right? And going and seeing the inside, looking at the garage, oh yeah, this panel, this wall right here in the garage would be great for a solar system, okay? You're looking at the electrical panel on the side of the house. If it looks beat up, like it's from 1972 or 1989, that gets changed with the solar deal, okay? That we can change out that panel, right? They can have batteries in there for their solar. If they already have, if they drive up in a Tesla, right, or these new EV Mercedes that I see all over the place, if they're in one of those, then you already know you should introduce the conversation around solar. Now, so you are already doing the practice, you are already doing the activities merely by the job that you do every day, showing them homes that a solar salesperson does. So no need for them, the solar salesperson, to take that deal when you can give them a better deal. So let's just talk about, let's get into the nitty gritty. Let's get into the money. All right. So most systems are 6,000 to 8,000 kilowatts. Yeah, it's kind of small. That's on the smaller side, actually. I mean, you can look at square footage in a house, right? This is probably about under 2,000 square feet. You start to get to 2,700, 3,200 square feet. You might be in a 10,000 watt system, 12,000 watt system. If you're somewhere where it's really hot, they run AC all day long, like Arizona, then it might be, you might be looking at a higher end system, Palm Desert, things like that. If they have an EV car, they might want a bigger system. So there's a number of things that come into play that we can talk to them about and figure out their system. Now, this is important. I said that you get wholesale pricing, okay? Client Direct Solar works with one of the biggest solar companies in the US. They're a publicly traded company, okay? We work with SunNova and Palmetto, okay? So there's like 4 companies. There's Freedom, Sunrun, SunNova, Palmetto. We work on the Palmetto SunNova side, okay? These companies are, they're publicly traded companies. The stock is worth $30 a share. They're actually doing very well, despite the rest of the stock market doing like kind of bad. These companies are doing well. Why? Because people are, this industry is growing, okay? Very different from our industry, whether you're talking about real estate and mortgage. The one thing I say, the big difference, it's sort of like the wild, wild west, if you will, right? There's tax credits. There's you can refer, you can get money, you can give a kickback, all that kind of stuff. It's all these things that you can do that you kind of can't do on our side of the business, right? So it's very interesting. And I completely understand why it's being done, because of the fact the government wants to spread solar across the country. They want homes to be energy independent, right? They don't want to have to do the hydro and the nuclear and the wind farm. Some of what we want to do, but we've got to have more energy independence. We got to get away from fossil. So that's the whole idea, right? So they're making it lenient. They're giving heavy tax credits. They're doing all of these things that benefit. And I don't want to glaze over this tax credit thing. So I don't know if it's probably in the later on in my presentation, but they get a 30% credit on this thing. So whatever the system costs, 30% of that is going to come back to them. Okay, right? That's if they have taxes. If they have a tax expense. If you don't pay taxes, then it doesn't matter, right? But if you do pay taxes, you got 30% of those dollars coming back to you. That's awesome because of your solar system. Okay, now how do you make money? All right, this is the best part, right? You get wholesale pricing. Whatever you mark up off that wholesale pricing is what you're going to make. So let's do the example. Let's say they do a 8,000 watt system, okay? And you charge 50 cents on top of the wholesale pricing. You're going to make $4,000 on that deal. Plain and simple, $4,000 on that deal, right? If they have to be in charge $1, then that would be $8,000 on that deal. So if you're doing, think about this, you're selling a $400,000 house. I know there's some compression in commissions now. It's like 3%, 2.5%. What am I getting? 2% after everything. So let's say $400,000 sale price. You got 2% in your pocket. That's $8,000. But you also get them to do a solar deal, right? Where they're paying $1, which is still a good deal. That's what I'm telling you. Wholesale, you're going to be SunNova is inside. Sunrun is inside of all the Costco's. Right? You go to a Costco and you'll see the little kiosk thing with those people. They have everybody, you know, cell phone people, AC unit people. One of the people are the solar. They have that contract. Your pricing here will beat that pricing. And it's going to the same company at the top. It all funnels down. There's only a couple of companies that kind of run this whole thing. It's crazy. It's a very interesting industry when you dive into it. And I'm glad I did now, because I'm really going to be able to bring you guys some benefit. So you can give a freaking stellar deal to your client. You know, you can give them, hey, just do it at 50 cents. Make $4,000 additionally on this thing. Okay. So there's a lot of money on the table in this energy, right? If you guys don't know this already, there's a lot that's being passed up. Those individuals, believe me, it's your client. They trust you, right? You're the one that's gonna, they trusted you to make the biggest purchase of their life. So absolutely, they're gonna trust you to move through and work with and get them the solar deal that's really going through the same company anyway. But instead of going through Costco or that place or this place or the guy that came knocking on the door, because the guy that comes knocking on the door, he's got to make money for himself. He's got to make money for the company, right? So they're all trying to make money off of that particular person. You're already making some money off of the real estate transaction. The relationship you have with us makes it to where I'm giving this to you with no margin and markup from our end, right? And why would I do that? Why does that make sense? Proximity. Listen, we understand in mortgage, I can't pay you and you can't pay me for a transaction directly for, like, oh, I'll give you this loan if you give me $1,000. That's a no-no. We don't do it. No. We have to be creative. We have to be smart. We have to be innovative. We have to provide value, all those sort of things, okay? A lot of people do that. I know that in the industry. That's not what we are about, okay? We are about creating a platform where we can bring value to everyone. Now, if I'm working with you and helping you do this, right? I want to do loans, right? That's what I'm really good at that, right? As the loan officer, allow me to help you do some loans, right? We'll allow you to, you can use this company at your disposal for getting people solar, current clients, past clients, whatever you want. And it's not contingent upon you giving me a loan, right? That's not saying, I want to be extremely clear. You have been invited to work with this company, whether you give client direct mortgage a loan or not, okay? There is no requirement for that. But client direct mortgage is here to help you with all of your needs if you so need our services, okay? And we're going to talk about a little bit more down these slides, a certain loan program we have that makes this thing all come together very nicely for clients, okay? So I think we understand the potential for money. It's the wattage of the system, minimum is like 6,000, right? Watt system. So if you're charging $1 on that, that's $3,000. You're charging $1.50, it's whatever that comes out to. So you can tell there's some money in this. $4,000 to $8,000 is the range I think that you guys will get. So a lot of you are closing a number of buy-side transactions already or have closed buy-side transactions. Get on the phone and find out if any of those previous people want to get this solar, because it's thousands of dollars on the table for you. Okay, let's move on. Okay, when will you be paid? Okay, you're paid once the system is installed. The majority of systems take about 30 days to install, okay? You're paid directly from client direct solar. You'll be paid as a 1099 individual, and that will be it. Nice, clean, simple. It's a simple and easy process. But once the solar is completely installed, then that's when you're paid, okay? You get a certificate to operate, okay? The longest we see is 90 days. What are the holdups? Why would something reach the 90 days? Because the utility is slow, right? We have to work with whatever utility, SMUD, PG&E, whatever group that is. So they have to do certain things on their end. Permits, right? So there could be permits from a particular county or city, and they could be slower in issuing permits. It's usually nothing with us. It's everything with like whatever the government entity sort of is. But for the most part, think about this, 30 days, 45 days from when your client signs that contract to get the solar, okay? Okay, this is important. We're not coming here asking you to like understand all the nuances of solar. No, we're not. That's not what this is. Your value is in controlling that relationship and having the trust of the individual that you put into that home. That's all we're asking, right? We have a team, we have an internal team. So once you find out that they want to sell, that they're interested in this solar, then you're going to connect them with the client direct solar group, okay? And then they're going to go through, put together a proposal, get it out to them, show them, why it is that this relationship that you put together with us is beneficial to them, okay? So you're not going to have to learn the ins and outs in solar. What you're really trying to do is just see if the individuals have interest, if it's a good idea for them to get solar. And because some of them might have interest, but in other aspects, I mean, you guys are some of the best salespeople in the world, real estate agents, realtors. So in some instances, you may be selling them on the fact that it's not a bad idea for them to get solar, okay? So, I mean, and it's really a plus. I mean, at the end of the day, you can feel good about selling this because you're putting them into a new home. Not only are you putting them into a new home, but the solar cost, when you're looking at it from a utility perspective, is normally cheaper than what they'd be paying anyway from if they were getting it from whatever utility serves up the energy in that area. So you're helping them out. Now, otherwise, solar wouldn't be. If solar was more expensive, if the bills were more expensive, then nobody would have it, right? The bills are cheaper. So you're helping them out of the gate have a cheaper bill, okay? So that's important. So you don't need to learn solar. You're getting paid this for referring the deal over, basically. That's it. Again, why would anybody do this? Proximity. We are hoping to establish a relationship with you where we can actually help you on the things that we make money on too, which are mortgages, okay? So, okay. When we say that was a good segue, because now I'm going to talk about, we have a loan program, okay? It's called the Purchase Money Cash Out. Okay, let's just move right here. Purchase Money Cash Out. Some of you might, when I talk about this, you might think of it more like a renovation loan. And you could say that it has some characteristics to a renovation loan, but think of it as the modernized, the 2023 version of something like that, right? So Purchase Money Cash Out allows our borrowers, your buyers, to put down as little as 3 to 5%, okay, and get money in excess of the cost of the home. So they get extra cash to use on home improvements, upgrades, solar systems, okay? This is where it gets real sweet and it makes a lot of sense for people. Now, if you're getting the solar is extremely expensive as far as it relates to the cost, the financing, okay? It's not expensive to the extent that it costs more than what the utility costs. We already addressed that. We know it's cheaper. But when I looked into solar financing and how much what the structure was, I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked. And that's when I knew that this thing was going to be, this is going to be good. 20 points. 20 points is what they charge these people on these solar loans, right? So you go directly to a solar company. They have the whole thing. They give you the proposal. They say, hey, you want to finance it? 20 freaking points. And okay, the system might be like $30,000, but then you see this additional charge on there for like $6,000. And that's the loan fee. They call it the dealer fee. They call it something else, but it's really at the end of the day added on because there's a loan. So it's a loan fee. From my world, I'm a lender, right? I know what a loan fee is when I see one. I don't care what you call it, right? It's a loan fee. So 20% is what they're charging them. So anybody that's going out there getting solar and they're going through and doing it, and guess what? To them, it makes sense because the consumer, it makes sense because they are getting a lower bill still off of the energy. So the electricity, they're like, okay, well, I'm saving $120, so I guess it's all good. Let's do it. But still, they're not looking at the nuances and the structure of the deal that they're actually getting. They don't understand what the other options are. So it's a right industry for you guys to come in and help educate them. And that's what we put together here for you guys. Because at the end of the day, you guys know this. It's about providing a service. It's about educating people. It's about establishing the relationship. It's about garnering trust. It's all those items, right? And that's why any of us become good in this business. That's why I became a top originator. It's why you guys are able to sell the deals that you're able to sell. It's because those components you are able to have an exchange with a consumer, and that's the way that they feel about you. Okay. This will reinforce that. Everything that we do is about that. It's about establishing that value. It's about allowing you to have trust from the person that you're trying to service, the consumer. So, okay. Purchase money cash out, 5% down. This is for like a first-time home buyer or owner occupied home, something like that, right? You can use this on primary, second home, and investment properties. You got to go kind of up a little bit. It goes 5% primary, 10% second home, 15% investment property on the down payment. But I can get $400,000 loan. I can get $100,000 back for that individual. Okay, they're approved for $500,000. $100,000 back. They can get the solar for $20,000, $25,000. They can redo all the windows in the house. They can redo the HVAC. They can do all kinds of things with this particular program. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. I get excited, but let me just kind of catch up with my slides and kind of walk through what that stuff is. So not only can you get them the solar, now there isn't any additional dollars for you on this end. Okay, you have to. There's nothing. They're allowed to get these items, but there's nothing there for you. But what is there is the fact that now their mind is opened up and say, hey, I might want to get this and I might want to get that too. So I have the solar. So introducing the solar allows you to introduce these other things with other basic upgrades, right? The energy efficient makeover, we have a lot of people doing. HVAC system, Tesla Powerwall and windows. This is a popular one. This is a popular one right here. Just tell me, you see a house where the windows are kind of old, to say, hey, maybe we should consider doing the energy efficient makeover on it, right? Let's talk to my guy, talk to Ramon, or talk to one of my 115 loan officers. I train them week in and week out, just like this on these programs. And that's why we're different. You probably have a lot of lenders courting you. You got a lot of Starbucks cards. You got a lot of different things out there that they try to do for you. I will tell you, I don't think there's anyone that's being out there in this mortgage space that is as innovative and bringing value the way that we are at Client Direct Mortgage. We want to increase your ability to earn clients. We want to increase the pool of homes that any of your clients would consider. We want to increase your income, okay? And we're serious about it because we know if we could do that, then we're going to win too. But it starts with you. Okay, so the energy efficient proofing the home is a great segue to be able to talk about those things: solar, window, HVAC system, right? Because it's like Murphy's Law. You get in the house, some of these things wind up breaking anyway. The whole HVAC system. Now you got a person coming in, blah, blah, blah. Let us work. Let us talk to them. Let us get them set up with this purchase money cash out. And let us go from there. Now, let me be clear. This is not a requirement. Your client can still use the solar program and not do any of this stuff, okay? Your client can use the solar program and you use a different lender, right, other than us, to secure the loan for them, right? They won't have this program, but I'm just saying they might have done a regular loan and then a month later, they're like, oh, we're doing the solar and you want to come to us and do the solar, but you put that loan through someone else. That's okay. That's okay. We'll earn your business eventually. We hope. So it's not a requirement. Again, getting back to that requirement, right? This is the Client Direct Solar is independent, and the realtors are the only ones that have the opportunity to work at this company. Why? Because they're going to benefit their clients who are already out there buying solar after they get the deal done from you guys. Okay. So this is a good one though. Energy efficient makeover. Then they can go as far as like doing a full remodel. Right? Replace the bathroom, replace the kitchen, replace this, replace that. I just had a guy in, where's that? Where's he at? He's in Michigan. He's buying a house for $120,000. He's put in 90-something thousand into it, redoing everything. The house is going to be worth nearly $300,000 when he's done. So it's a great, great, great program for your investors, for your sandwich generations. If you guys have people out there that are like grandparents, you have the middle generation, and the kids are older now too. Everybody's living in the same. Put an ADU out there. I can use this ADU all day long. You guys want ADU money? I've got it for you, right? So open up, think about the ideas. Every home is eligible. Every home could be beautiful, right? There are no ugly homes. It's just a process to getting the work done to make it how I want it, right? That's it. And we are here to be able to do it, okay? Not to mention this plus, even when we're doing full remodel, when we're doing bigger projects, we'll cover the payments, right? We'll get those financed too. We will cover the payments so they're not paying any payments. So if you got people that are they're in a lease, new couple in a lease. Oh, my lease is like up in like a year. That's okay. Let's go shopping. Let's find a home you can remodel. We're going to finance 6 of the payments. We're going to start doing all the work on the home. And we have consultants and everything else to help you with this stuff, right? Help with the clients. And then they come out of their lease in their brand new, beautiful home. We're going to increase the pool, like I said a minute ago, increase the pool, okay, of eligible clients and the properties that they may want to go look at, right? Okay, very good. Definitely make sure they throw on the solar, because that's how you make extra money. All right, so let's see. Yeah, I mean, this thing is pretty cool. I mean, the purchase money cash out, even if you go back and talk to some of the people that have that you closed the home for before and they're interested in the solar, then they may even be able to use this program as well, right? We might be able to just wrap everything in, do a new loan for them. All they need is a utility bill. So there's a lot of options here. We just really need to, if this is piquing your interest, then we definitely need to talk, and then we'll get it to the next level. Something that we've done as well. I mean, we want to work with you guys. We want the realtor community, okay? If you refer other realtors to this program, you will make $500 on each one of their future closed deals too. So we know you guys talk to one another. Tell them about us. Tell them about us. We'll tag them as your referral on everything that they do into the future, into perpetuity, forever. You will get $500 on any of the deals that they have go through and close as well. Okay. So like single level, right? Just you to them. That's it. And then you'll make money off of them giving deals too. Okay. So that is pretty much what we have. Now, if you're interested, then what we can do is go through the next steps. Number one is we just started this group now, the Realtor Solar Group. We want to be able to give you updates. We want to be able to give you marketing material. We have this cool little card, if you will, that you can give to the clients when you're taking them out and showing them homes, to kind of give them an idea of the benefits of the solar or whatnot, to see if they're interested in it, because you have this relationship where they can get the best deal possible, right? So that we want you to join. We want you to be a part of this group so we can share these things with you. Okay. All right, now you do have to be sponsored by one of our LOs. These are just a group of our LOs here. It's a lot more LOs than the group that we have up here. This is just a picture of their YouTube channels. But we will get you sponsored by an LO. So everybody does have to be sponsored by an LO in order to get into the program. It does not mean you have to give them business. It's just the person that's going to communicate certain things to you about your deals and this and that. So mostly it's client direct solar that you'll be dealing with, but there is a loan officer that sponsors you, so that way they can be there for you if you are doing the purchase money cash out. If you are doing this or that, or you have questions or whatnot, you need a resource from a lending perspective to be able to have and talk to as well. And that's what we will provide you. So you got to be sponsored by an LO, but we can help you with that. That's not a big deal at all. Okay. Okay, so now what do you do if you have an interested? Some of you are going to leave this. It's a good number of people on this call. Some of you are going to leave this call now. Go talk to somebody you know. Say, yep, I was just talking about. They were just talking about solar. So, for the next steps, if you have an interested client, we have a portal. Okay, you'll be able to submit your client's information via our client direct solar portal, and then we'll be in touch. Okay, and we'll talk about the next steps. We'll speak to you. We'll kind of get an idea of what's going on with a particular client, come up with the game plan, and then reach out to them to be able to give them their proposal or whatnot. Okay. Now, if you have an interested realtor that you want to refer, that's easy too. Just go to the portal. You'll be able to refer the realtor, and then we will make sure that that person's attached to you. And that way, any deal that they do into the future, you will get paid on. Okay. So that pretty much wraps it up. I would love to take a couple of questions or any comments, or what do you guys think? Or let's open it up, Andrea, and kind of see if we can't answer something for someone.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've been answering some questions along the way. Like one person wanted some clarity to make sure that those items that you can purchase, the fridge, the stove, all that gets bundled with the financing of the home. So that was a big question that came across.
Yeah, let me speak to that. Now, you can't just, it has to increase the value of the home. So we can do appliances when we update a room. So let's take the kitchen, for example. A lot of times in these kitchens, you guys know this, the cabinets will be nice. I mean, not nice. The cabinets will be of good quality. Like these cabinets are from the 80s or 90s, right? Or these were built with real oak wood. Look at these, right? So a lot of times what we do these days is what? We reface cabinets. We don't go through and just tear everything out unless you're doing a full remodel of the kitchen. So they can reface the cabinets. So let's say you reface the cabinets and you put new flooring in, okay? So we'll do those two things. Then we'll do a new stove, a new refrigerator, a new garbage disposal, a new sink, and a new dishwasher. We'll do all that stuff together, and that will be our kitchen refresh, what we call it, okay? So we got to do the whole kitchen refresh in order to raise the value up enough to justify the appliances. They won't let us go out and just start buying appliances. We have to do the room that the appliances are located. We can do this in laundry rooms too. So a laundry room, we'll refresh the cabinets or maybe put some new cabinets. We'll put some paneling on the wall because sometimes laundry rooms look nice with the paneling on the wall. We'll do the flooring or whatnot, and we'll do a new washer and dryer too, right? We do the whole room, right? So that's how we do that. Creativity. We are extremely creative. Oh, and we're the ones funding these loans too. We are a direct lender, okay? We are the ones that are hitting the button on the fund. We're sending these wires over for these particular loans. We're the ones making decisions and all that sort of stuff, right? So we have control and we can execute. The other thing that's really important for you guys to know, this product is not going to extend out your escrow. I really want to stress that. It's important. You're still going to be able to get these loans closed in 30 days, okay? You as the realtor are going to have no difference. You're going to get paid like you normally would. The seller paid like they normally would. Everything else is going to take action after the home dispersed, closes, recorded, or whatnot, right? We're not dealing with it. We're not dealing with those things during the course of the process. There are a couple extra items we have to get. We got to get a quote from a contractor, things like that, but it will close regular, on time, 30 days or less. Everybody will feel like it, it's the same type of transaction that if this wasn't involved, this purchase money cash out, and that's really key. I think that's really important. Then afterwards, the consultant comes in and we help them get all set up, and the contractor starts doing their work, gets a disbursement, gets a cash disbursement so they can do the work or whatnot. So yeah, that's the way that part works. Okay, any other questions?
Yeah, we had a question about will the recording be sent out, which is actually a great question. Thank you. We will be posting the recording in the Realtor Solar Program Facebook group. So I just dropped the link to the Facebook group in the chat. So go ahead and click on that and get into the Facebook group so you can get the recording and everything else that we'll post there, which will be great information for you.
Yeah, that's really the place you want to go. Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Okay, well, I think we answered everything. So I was also able to answer a couple of things directly. Any final words, Ramon, before letting our folks go today?
No, just looking forward to engaging all of you, giving you the opportunity, and it's an opportunity that you're giving us as well to do some business together. I think this is going to be extremely fruitful. Keep in mind, this is a crossover. This is a crossover sale, okay? Crossover sale with the activities that you're already naturally doing in your job, okay? Your job as a real estate agent, when you represent the buyer side, you are doing the same exact things that somebody that sells solar does, okay? You do not need to know the same amount of information that those people do that sell solar. You already have established the trust component with that client. That's why you are making $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 on these deals, right? And you made the relationship with us, right? Because we want a relationship with you. And that's where the real benefit, the loss leader strategy comes in to where you can give them a deal that's better than the rest of the market. So that's it. It's our gesture. This is our kind gesture in coming out, helping the realtor community make more money in an effort for us to have proximity to them. And hopefully we can all do business together and grow. And yeah, thanks. I appreciate your time. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Enjoy the weekend. And I am looking forward to talking to many of you soon. And a number of you came onto the call. So thanks so much for being in attendance. Everybody have a good one.